All right, guys, welcome back to another recap of the playoffs. So, what we're going to be doing instead of me streaming these games, I've decided to just watch the games myself and then do a recap after the games. So, for the people that are not in the owner's room, and for the people that don't really get the information, you can't really see the stats right away. This is basically you getting your information a tad bit quicker. We also have a couple guests. We have the owner of Calgary.
Oh, hi.
Yeah, there he is. And then we have the owner of Philly, Cardona. I think this is the first time you've been on the podcast since I
Regular
think you were on the
season.
draft. You were on the
No,
draft podcast, weren't you?
no, I was on week 5. Yeah, week 5 or 4.
Four. Okay. So we're gonna screen share here, and yes, I do still have the shitty fucking doc I used yesterday, but deal with it. Okay, so we'll go through the first games of tonight at 10:30. Let me just open this up, and then I'll get to you guys in a second. I just wanna so everyone has an idea of what we're doing here. Okay, so the first series I got to bring to you, of course, Calgary. That's with you. You guys lost your first game, 3-2.
Yep.
Okay, so they go up momentarily, 2-1 in the series. What happened there? I didn't get a chance to watch the game, so I mean, did you watch it or were you in it?
I was in it, yeah. First period was they completely destroyed us in the first period. I think it was 1-0 them in the first. I can't remember. I think they scored one in the first period, maybe a power play goal. They were 2 for 4 on the power play. I know that. I think we might have went up 2. They might have went up 2-0 at some point in the game. Can't remember exactly because I mean we lost.
So
So
it's just all fucking
I was
blur.
I was pissed off after that game actually because we lost. We came back and it was 2-2, and I thought we were. It was pretty even for the rest of the game, but I think in the third period we were better than them. And they ended up scoring with 38 seconds left on one of those. Throw it to the net and it goes through 8 people on the ice, and the last guy picks it up and fucking tips it in 5-hole. So it was just a shitty ending, but whatever, that happens sometimes. And
Yeah, man,
we
it's
obviously won
hockey.
it. Obviously
Yeah.
won the next game
All right, well,
pretty
we'll get
easily.
to it. Slow down, slow your roll. You got to build up to it. You got to build up to it. All right, so then we have Toronto wins the first game by default. Tampa had to forfeit due to lack of players, so they get the first game today at 10:30. Montreal, and this is the one game I actually did get a chance to watch. King of the 412. If he's not in consideration for I believe it's the Vesna. Um, I mean, he played fucking outstanding. He played he I don't know, man. There's a lot of saves he made. Just really good positioning. Yeah, they won 3-0, and he got the big shutout. Tank got 2 goals, so whatever. Congratulations, Tank. You finally scored. No, no, it was a good game to watch, man. Montreal really dominated. Detroit just looked flat, bad plays. I don't know. At some point, you kind of know that Montreal is just dominating the whole entire game. I don't know. I don't think I have screenshots for that game, unfortunately, so I can't show you guys. So they go up 3-0 in the series. And then we got the Philly Buffalo game. Obviously, Philly Cardona, you're here. You guys end up winning big, 6-1.
Yeah.
6-1 in your first game today. That's a momentum boost. Tell me what happened there, bud.
So, what we did with our strategy, we really mixed in a bunch of different guys, and our first line really came out the gate
Is that
immediately.
something you like to do on a regular basis? Is mix up with a lot of guys?
If it's my team, yes, but anybody else, man, I don't know. Maybe you,
Okay.
Cobra, but you know. No, no, I'm actually really proud of my guys tonight. They honestly tonight and last night they actually really showed me why we're in the playoffs. And we came out tonight right off the gate. It was 4-0 before pretty much halfway through the second, and I was at softball, so I didn't really get. I was getting score updates, and I was like, are we gonna cause them to have to like mercy roll?
I
And
don't. Go ahead.
uh, what is it? We get in the game, and the scoring was like it was 2-0 after like 5 minutes in the first, and then at the end of the second it was 4-0, and then we made it 6-0, and it was just scoring all around. Evan, Presley, and Cuzner really came in. Carlson, our ECU call up because our left defenseman had an internet problem and he's still out as of now. But he came in, scored 2 quick goals for us, and and then the second game, we'll get to that because we still haven't gotten to our second one yet. But honestly, it was a great night seeing that how we really came out and swept Buffalo. And I'm gonna point this out to Zindon because apparently we suck, right, with second and third line teams coming out against us. Yeah, I just want to say that if this doesn't prove to that and your team got swept, I really don't want to hear you talking. Come at us. Philly's gunning for the league. Come on, let's go.
Yeah,
Wait,
because
did you say Zenden?
Yeah, because he said on the last podcast.
Zenden called us out. He was like, you know what? Philly sucks. And he goes like, people are throwing their second line and third line into it. He goes like, I don't think they're all that. And they said that Buffalo's defense was better than us. Now, honestly, I will give them that. Buffalo's defense really tried building a wall games 1 and 2, but these last 2 games, I don't think that really happened, And they honestly, like the fact that he said that our defense was shitty, that really drilled me out because we've got D-Vets on as our captain basically of our defense. And when you got a guy like that leading, he's like the mastermind. He knows where to put guys. He knows who to put in the lines for us. The fact that someone would call us out and we answer like this, I'm super proud of my boys. And we also don't have to play the Islanders, which thank God. Thank God.
All right. But just to touch on one thing he said, I don't think there is a mercy rule in the playoffs. I think it's just play on. I think you finish the game no matter what.
Okay.
I don't know. That's actually a good question. All right, moving on. So we got you guys winning, and then we have so let's move on to the West here. We already talked about your game. I got Vegas goes up 3-0 in the series. They win 4-2, and then we have the Avalanche, Colorado. Who won? I think they won, right? So they went up 2-0 in the series, or 2-1 to the series. Okay, so moving on to the 11:30 games. This is where shit actually gets crazy, and we start. I think 3 teams end up getting swept. If I'm not too mistaken. We'll talk a little bit about. We'll talk about a funny stat with the Toronto and Tampa series. Toronto has lost every single regular game that Oshie hasn't played. So Toronto, if you're listening, you know what your Achilles heel is. But if you guys actually did get a chance to watch the Toronto versus Tampa game, which is the game I watched for the 11:30, it was kind of back and forth. I felt like Tampa came on strong to start it. And then what's it called? Toronto kind of came back and Tampa started making quick plays, and then it ended up getting to be a pretty close game. There was a lag out with this is why this is starting so late. There was a lag out and they had troubles connecting. But anyways, they ended up finishing the game 2-1. So Tampa does win the 11:30 game. It was a little bit more closer than the previous games. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I boring you here? What the fuck is that? Anyways, all right. Moving on to Detroit. Sorry, guys. I'm not going to talk about games anymore because apparently people on the podcast are falling asleep.
Wait, who was that?
Montreal. I don't know. It was one of you. That was a loud ass fucking sigh.
I was going through looking through my stuff, and I have a paper due tomorrow morning, but I got it done. So sorry about that.
Oh, okay. So that's what that was about. All right. Well, whatever. So Tampa Bay ends up taking a 3-1 lead in the series, and then we have Montreal sweeps Detroit. Another shutout. I think they beat them 6-0. So they fucking smashed them there.
Did I hear that Tank actually scored a goal tonight?
Yes, he scored 2. He almost got a hat trick, but then I think it was.
Okay, hold on. Are we sure he was awake during this moment in time?
He looked like he was awake. He looked like he was moving. Yeah.
Okay, just making sure it wasn't Detroit's goalie just happening to forget he was on the ice.
Yeah, just falling asleep. No, I think Tank actually was there. Trying to find a nice color for this.
Tank is an all-star.
The fuck, that's stuck. All right, so then we go to the Philly-Buffalo series again. So as I recall, you guys swept it. You guys finished strong. Kudos to you guys, proving a lot of people wrong. So how did the fourth game go?
Well, really, it was actually a one-man show. On the offensive side, our defense really shut him down, but on offense, it was Kuzner all night long. He scored all 5 goals for us. We had to move him back because we originally were going to schedule him yesterday, and he had a availability problem last minute, so we switched him to tonight, and that was probably the best decision so far that we've made. He came out, he played his heart out that second game, and Beast, I'm really glad that me and Beast are back there in net because with the defensive unit that we have, like I said, I can't talk enough about it. They've only let up 4 goals this whole series. That's insane, a goal a game.
So who do you guys play next round then? If you don't play the Islanders, do you play Montreal?
We play Tampa Bay. Now, let me just give you all a series preview of this because this is
If
a big
Tampa Bay
series
wins.
for us.
If they win.
Yeah, if they win. If they lose to Toronto, we play Montreal. Because we would become the second highest seed. So we would play Montreal, or I think it's either Montreal or we would play Toronto. I think it's Montreal because I think it's the middle teams and then the top and bottom team play.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Tampa, over half our team. I came from Tampa. I originally started in Tampa. I was the 5th-round draft pick there. Started goaltender that first week. Then I got waived, and now I'm in Philly. That's when I became owner. Well, a lot of those guys with the ownership change, a lot of them were getting moved around. So there's about 6 or 7 guys that are on our active right now that are originally or have played at some point in Tampa. And, there's a lot of like my GM and my AGM, they do not like Reinhart and Purple and Pavelski on their management. So it's going to be a big throw around, gutted down, trench war, and I'm really looking forward to it, honestly.
No, good shit. All right, moving on. We have Nashville actually ends up winning the second game, which means Reaper owes Bacon
$50.
I don't think
yeah.
so.
Yeah, he does. He actually told him that he was going to get swept, and then Bacon called him out and bet him on.
No, I heard that, but I don't think. No, Colorado's up 3-1. It's not 2-2.
It's not 2-2. No, they said that. Wait a second. I saw it.
Go look.
It's 3-1.
Nashville said Avs won, good game, and then Vegas said Colorado up, and Nashville said yeah. So it's 3-1.
Okay. My bad. Thank you for correcting me. It's okay. So no, you're right. Reaper doesn't owe him $50 yet, I guess. Fucking in. Okay, so they're up 3-1 in the series. Which I don't know, that series, I mean, that should have been a sweep right there. But and then we'll go to yours. You guys ended up winning the second game and tying the series.
Yeah, we won the second game 6-1.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
What lineup did you play for that?
We played. It was, I think, Killzone, Ivy, and Greg were on forward, and then it was me and Gizzarelli on D, and Blue was our goalie. Let's see here. I think we started out 2-0 the first, like about 5 minutes of the first period. I think they got one at the end of the first. They got one sometime during the first period, make it 2-1. And then second period, we dominated them for the most part, went up 4-1. And then we started the third period, and about halfway through the third period, the game just completely crashed. Like, both teams just got kicked out for, I have no idea why. So we just restarted the game, ran off 5 minutes, and finished the game, and we ended up scoring 2 more in the third and ended up winning that one 6-1. And we ended the game with a line brawl.
A line brawl, really?
Yeah, 3 fights.
That's actually really funny. Let's try to find this gay color here for Tampa. All right, so then we have the last series we're talking about. Obviously, it's the third sweep of the night, and that's Vegas getting knocked. That's Dallas getting knocked out by Vegas, which is I think something most of us predicted.
Yeah.
Any thoughts about that one?
I'm just gonna say I think that's some great karma on part of Zendon. I'm going to say that this week, Zindon, I'm actually going to thank Zindon because my boys took what you said as a test this week to see, you know what, are we going to really let somebody say that about us? Are we going to get up, and we're going to get on our feet and play? When you start at the bottom and you make your way into the playoffs and you still have people dissing on you, even after you come from ninth to fourth in the matter of 3.5 weeks.
In his defense, you guys are pretty bad.
Oh, I mean, yeah, coming from the guy who got traded to Ottawa and your team went to shit like immediately.
One, you say my team like I had any input on it. Two,
Well,
I played 6 games in the last 2 weeks, so I don't know.
Did you win any of them? Did you win?
I did. I did really well the first week, and then the last week we kept losing games. Forwards couldn't score.
Wow. No, man.
I really do much of that.
It's too bad, man.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, you're only saying the same fucking joke everyone else is saying, but all right. GG, dude.
Yo, Cobra, I love you.
I've never said that about you.
All right.
Oh, and
all right. Well, that wraps up.
Thanks for stroking my ego, apparently, even though I don't really have one. I just like trolling with everybody in the chat.
Well, you're always sitting there like you kind of have a chip on your shoulder where you're always in there. And what's a good color for Sabres?
Blue or red or like blue. Oh, yeah, something like that.
They're light blue and yellow.
Well, that does it for tonight's recap of the playoffs. We have 3 teams that have been swept. Tampa plays game 5 and 6 tomorrow. Or sorry, game 5 and potentially game 6. Potentially game 6.
So,
and then you have sorry, you guys. Yeah, what's up?
So the only series left in the East. So the only series left in the East is Tampa Bay and Toronto. But if we look in the West, even like everyone pretty much said, and I'm pretty sure that Calgary knows it, or Winnipeg Jets fan. I mean, I'm pretty sure man that your guys' series is going to be a drag out, and I'm really looking forward to watching y'all play tomorrow and hopefully Wednesday night.
It's done tomorrow.
It's done tomorrow. All right, I'm gonna hold you to that, man. Because I remember whenever we would play you guys, it would be a knockout dragout too. It would be like 8-6, 7-5. You guys don't give up, and Edmonton's the same way. But
I don't know
that East, that last series in the East. That can change a lot. I mean, you can go a simple way, but if Toronto wins, it's gonna flip around everything. So,
well, I think one big thing with Toronto tomorrow is Oshie makes his debut. So let's see if the
he's
French
their best player.
Oshie's their best player.
French. No, he's not French.
He's not French, but he does live in Montreal, so I like to bust his chops. So
funny story, actually. He messaged me before the games.
Oh yeah,
and said good luck, Flames at heart. And then he put in brackets from the cut captain because he was originally supposed to be my captain, and I couldn't get a hold of him at the beginning of the season. This was a couple days before the draft, so I ended up switching him, substituting him out and putting somebody else in. So
that's what you got to do, right? Quickly before we end this, good color for the Avalanche.
It's gonna be like a violet or a light blue. I play for them in X1, so it's gonna be like a violet burgundy color.
Okay, we're giving them purple.
Yeah, that works.
And Edmonton.
Orange.
Orange.
Orange for Edmonton.
Yeah, definitely. That's their color.
Okay, all right. Well, while you guys are talking, I was color coding this shit. So
yeah. So actually, Cobra, I'm gonna ask you, who's your? Do you think that Nashville has a chance at all at tying the series?
No, I've said it on the podcast. I'm surprised he even won one.
Yeah, it's true. I am too. I'm pretty sure Fizzy had to play every position for him tonight. Poor Bacon.
Well, I mean, I think their second line is playing the first game tomorrow. So
the thing I do like about Bacon though is when some owners were sending me their playoff predictions, I think Toronto in general, or I think another team did too. They all predicted themselves making it to the East Finals, but then losing to the Islanders, or or the other way around. It's just like, come on, guys, give yourselves more credit. We're like, Bacon's like, we're all telling him he's gonna lose against Colorado, and he's like, I got a secret weapon. He has some belief in his team that they will pull through, although everyone else doesn't. So,
I mean, that's what you got to have though in your team. I mean, if you don't
yeah,
have that, if you don't have
100%.
that belief in your team, you look at Toronto. I remember Slice was getting kind of chirped at for saying his team was going to go that far, and then everyone is like, "Well, we don't believe that." And he goes, "Well, what kind of owner would I be? If I didn't stand up, for my team or believe in my guys." And I totally agree with him, and I can totally honor that. Him and Bacon are great owners, and they've had to come back from a lot too. And the fact that Nashville made the playoffs from where they were in the standings, where they were right above Minnesota by like 2 or 3 points, is really astounding. So props to both of those guys.
Burns is saying the Leafs are done tomorrow. I'm finishing them off.
I mean, but he also, but he also told me that he was going to sweep them, and but then he also forgot to post his lines on time, and he lost. So you didn't really get to keep your promise there.
I don't know if he's going to win the series tomorrow, because I'm assuming now that he's back in, he's probably playing both games. So those are 2 losses.
He doesn't believe in Oshie.
Yeah, but actually, Cobra, if you actually go to where I send the messages, if you scroll up, you can see my predictions. I remember you were going through last week, and I don't have any more.
We'll do that. We'll do that we'll do that for like the next week's podcast. Where this is more just trying to like tell everyone what the scores are at, with how the series does, and then an opinion based on the games that I watch, and then if you guys join, an opinion based on how your series both went. But in any case, I'm getting off. So it's been great. Thank you all for watching. And we'll hit you back up tomorrow with another recap of the Tampa Bay series, the Colorado series, and the Calgary series, which are the only 3 series left. And then we'll talk in the next podcast, next Saturday, we'll talk about the matchups for next week and our opinions on those, as well as some updated brackets. All right, boys.
Peace out.
All right, good night.